This is a modification. Chrissy Sullivan, Watne, tried to file and ask judge to modify the existing harassment restraining order that included my daughter to now to proceed to try and drag it out even longer. So Chrissy Watne says in here, this order was granted by default as Mr. Becker did not show up to court for our second hearing. He was advised by his attorney to not fight this case as my evidence against Mr. Becker was too strong, and it would all become part of public record if we testified. In this order, the following rules were stated. Obviously, I have no worry or concern or anything whatsoever about making all this public record. Oh, I'm damn sure making sure I want it all public record. I'm writing today at the suggestion of an officer, Jordan Campbell, and Detective Mitch Carlson of the Burnsville Police Department. And just to clarify, every time I went to the Burnsville Police Department and had contact with them and spoke with them, I recorded it from the time I was even out of the car until I was back in the car pulling out of that driveway. Every single thing was always recorded, and I can back up 100% on everything I'm saying. So it says on here, Mr. Becker is incredibly violent, diagnosed with anger explosive disorder a few years ago, and I fear for my safety. Every day I am home alone, despite not having had any sort of relationship with him in over 15 years. He will not stop harassing me, my family, one way or another. This restraining order is set to expire on 3/5/2023, and he is still finding ways around it through his mother and his online defamation action. It is possible that my requests to you are something that can be added to this order. Also, is there any way to have this restraining order extended by any length of time? The longest length is possible. Or do I need to file for a new one once this one expires? I do not believe that his harassment towards me and my family will stop. And Mr. Becker has a history of progressing to violence or violent acts towards me. I fear of what may happen to me or my property physically once this order does expire, especially considering he is borderline on violating it, per Officer Campbell. Now, still with 7 months left on it. So, someone that's so worried, so concerned, so deathly afraid and concerned about me, and I'm violent. So violent, unstable, unpredictable, anger explosive disorder, uncontrollable, that in 18 years of going through this, this is an absolutely worst thing possible that I've did altogether. At all, period. One violation right here. Well, we're in court today, Monday, December 19th. Things did not go as Matt had hoped. As Matt was being escorted from the courtroom by the bailiff, as court ordered, Matt stopped to get my attention and told me to tell his daughter to have a Merry Christmas in a very sarcastic way, an angry tone. Oh, but I believe he started something else or stated something else to me. It happened at about 3:50 p.m. Protection to even speak to me. Okay, there we go. The worst thing ever I did was in a courtroom while I was being escorted in back for contempt of court for being behind on child support. December 19th, turned and said to her, at least tell my kid Merry Christmas. Wow. Wow. Unpredictable, unstable, violent, and out of control. Needs to do an anger management assessment, drug assessment, psych eval. Boy, fucking most definitely have to do all that. This is the worst thing I did. The worst fucking thing I did. All this accusations of threatening, harming, assault, and whatever. Cannot submit one text message with not one threat. Not one thing of all this accusation of I took pictures and sent them. Yeah, can't submit one of them. Can't show one piece of proof on any of the accusations. But this here, honest God, is the worst thing I did. Worst thing I did in 18 years. At least tell my kid Merry Christmas. But then you go to accusations of me kidnapping my kid. This is a police report. Home to Apple Valley and called the police. Chrissy said that she wanted her baby that was over at Deborah's house with would not be properly cared for. Christina asked me, what would it take to get her baby back? Because get her baby back right now. She asked straight out, what would it take to get her baby back right now? I advised her that since I have no reason to believe that the baby is in any immediate danger, that it would be in the best to let her sleep with her father. And I don't mean like how Jeffrey sleeps with his kid tonight, and maybe make arrangements with Matthew to pick her up tomorrow. I called and spoke with Debbie over the phone. She said that she would be willing to have Matthew make arrangements with Chrissy tomorrow. Debbie assured me that they have baby supplies, and Chrissy knows it because she left them there. I told Chrissy this, and she said that she wanted the baby now. Now, because Matthew will not give her the baby back tomorrow. Chrissy said that Matthew even spoke to leaving town with the infant. Chrissy then wanted me to go over to the residence and arrest Matthew for kidnapping, assault, and damage to her property because she wanted her baby back. So there blows that whole kidnapping and so on and so forth out the window. It's more like a abandonment, taking off, leaving her because I wouldn't wake her up and put her in the car with you because you're drunk. And you wait a couple hours to call the police. More like abandonment, not kidnapping. So, someone that's so deathly afraid and worried about their safety turns around and sends a text message like this. Talk to me, bitch. Yeah, you, Matt. The biggest bitch ever. Matt, always a bitch. Yeah, I'm talking to you, bitch. I gave you a chance. You still didn't get involved. Good luck to you, bitch, Matt. It always had to be your call. Answer the phone, bitch. I know you won't. You hear, bitch? Do you think you ruined us? That's cute. You little tiny bitch. Please keep putting your story signs and your momentums of trying to destroy us. We'll keep watching your antics. I already knew that. Bitch, Matt. Always been a coward. And I know that you truly one bitch. That is literally the best description of you. You see the phone number. Someone deathly afraid. And you look at the date. Are you going to send someone text messages like that? Come on. Or maybe you'd send text messages like this instead. Someone deathly afraid. So scared, so terrified, someone's totally out of control. Anger explosive, blah, blah, blah. Are you going to send text messages like this? This is a message you sent to my mother on Facebook. Or do you just go into someone's medical records while you work at Health Partners? And how you come up with my anger explosive disorder and so on and so forth. Over 1,000 pages of my medical records. 3 separate dates. Went into my medical records and copied them off. Filed the information she got in there with court papers. And like again, all I did is, hey, at least tell my kid Merry Christmas for me at least, huh? All this to defame me, to make me look like I'm some monster. So, I'm such a bad person. To what? To make a convicted child molester look good? To waste time to make me spin my wheels to defend myself over and over and over and over and over? To hide the fact that you're in love with a convicted child molester? You like the taste of diaper dick? A sick fucking child molester puts my kid around and then hides it. Dakota County probation officers back it up and help, and they never inform me, contact me, or whatsoever. In their own words, I recorded conversations with them. Blatantly, boldly shows abuse of power. Putting my kid around in the same home as a convicted child molester. In their own words. Lying and getting busted out and then lying again. Getting busted out, lying, getting busted out over and over and over until even the county attorney even backs them up. Claims they looked into it. They found nothing wrong. Never in violation. How the hell is he never in violation when he's always had court orders, no contact? Always had court orders, no contact, period. Try to press charges of this person, going into my medical records and copying them off. You can hear my recorded conversations and my dealings with St. Paul police on it. They did nothing. Did nothing. All my years of fighting and filing over and over and over. I filed papers so many times to try and see my kid. Even just this year, supervised, locked in a room 2 hours every other weekend. Over and over and over, trying to get the courts to enforce it, trying to get a judge to do something. Nope, never enforced it. Never told her, you need to make the kid available. He's got rights. Never said it. Always more and more problems and bullshit on me. Every time. But the only thing that I did, the only thing they got, the only thing in any court order that I did was at least tell my kid Merry Christmas in a courtroom and got a violation. Everything taken and stripped from me, thrown in jail. There was nothing. I admit. Yeah. Depressed, had nothing left, and I'm fighting just whatever I got left, fighting just trying to see my own kid. Yeah. It drove me not even wanting to live. Depression. Wound up in the psych ward and wanted to commit suicide. One of the times I was in a induced coma for over a week. Forced to be taking meds. If not, strapped down, having it shot in the ass. Never been on meds or anything like that my whole life. Forced to take them. Had a court order Jarvis where the courts have like ownership over you. Had to do random UAs to make sure the medication they want me taking, that I was taking them. All I was is just a zombie. No feelings, no emotion, and that's what they wanted. They didn't want any feeling or emotion out of me. They wanted me to just not care and just like control me like I'm a zombie. Violent and out of control and angered, explosive, and someone so afraid and concerned and threatened and bothered and... But there is only one thing. At least tell my kid Merry Christmas in the courtroom. And to find out a convicted child molester has been around my kid the whole time. And they think I'm just going to walk away and let this one go. That's way too far. You pushed it way too fucking far on this one. Way too fucking far. You're going to have to take my life before I fucking end this one. No fucking way. If you think I'm just going to lay down and think you're going to abuse me more and more, you're going to have to take my life before that happens. You absolutely are not abusing me that way. I have every single humanly right as a person, as a father, as a human, to stand up for my rights than to take abuse of a court system that's abusing their power. Trying to control me with threatening. Trying to scare me. Put fear in me. I'm glad I documented every single thing and recorded my conversations with these people, because no one would ever believe any of this. Ever. Ever in a million years. Boldly in their own words. In their own words. I know I won't get no fairness in no court system. Not in Dakota County. They won't be treating me fair or anything. They just want to sit there and they want to throw me in a holding cell and keep me there as long as they can. And as long as I ain't putting nothing out there, I ain't going to get no fairness in any courtroom. They're not going to do anything by the books or by the law, because they haven't all along. And that's why I put it out there and made everything public. Showing what Dakota County Courts is doing and abusing its power. A convicted child molester. We're talking a fucking child molester here. This is how they deal with a child molester. A fucking child molester. Jeffrey Michael Watne. Pedophile.